The future of the proxy is revealed. Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Vaif Ireland and I brought a new video to the table. I would like to discuss and share my theories with you. There are 5 things I want to discuss. First, the fate of the proxy. Second, my thoughts on Rascalifa. Third, the pink hair angel Ramiel. And fourth, the Lady Sunbringer. And fifth, the future of the story. So let's begin, shall we? So the fate of the proxies. Anyone who is caught up with the story or watched the recent video on zenless z.z.z's YouTube would know that there was an Icarus reference. For those who don't understand the reference, it's fine. Allow me to explain it. Icarus is the story of an extremely skilled crafter, Daedalus, and father of a boy named Icarus. They were present on a tower after construction of the Minotaur maze. Instead of being stuck, Daedalus created wings made up of feathers and wax. And as they used the wings to escape, Icarus flew higher and higher and got too close to the sun and then fell and died. That is the basic retelling of the story. Not to mention that there are 2 more Greek references in Zenless. There is Helios Academy and Phaeton, to my knowledge. For those who don't recognize these names, in Greek mythology, Helios is the god of the sun and Phaeton is his son. You could ask why this matters. Well, I'm glad you asked. It's because the story of Phaeton is also another tragedy relating to the sun. It goes a boy named Phaeton, desperate to prove his relation to Helios, ends up being shot down by Zeus, leading to a crash with Helios' chariot, after causing a lot of damage to the world, creating deserts, etc. You may ask, why bring these stories up? And for those who have that question, here is the answer. Both the main characters, Icarus and Phaeton, both died due to chaos involving the sun. My prediction is that one of the Zenless Zone Zero MCs, the Sublins, will tragically die due to the drama around Rascalifa, or maybe by the hand of Lady Sunbringer herself. Here is how I see it going down. During our journey in Rascalifa, we will be told some kind of truth by our 2 classmates, tease, and in the teaser. And this will start a spiral investigation leading the Sunbringer or maybe Tops to strike us down like Zeus did to Phaeton, killing one of the siblings, leaving the other one we play as to pick up the pieces. The second thing I want to discuss, Rascalifa, the Utopia Sky Island in a restricted section of the sky. To me, this reminds me a lot of Olympus in Greek myth. And with the other Greek references, I feel comfortable making that conclusion. So, why would I call Rascalifa the home of the gods? Because one of the old generation void hunters, which is like essentially can be considered a god, lives there and is even the leader, Lady Sunbringer, and I wouldn't be surprised if more void hunters live there. We also know that this area has been around since the old capital, with technology unseen for years. So it's obvious why Tops would be interested, but why in the teaser does it say broken down and built on sacrifice? I think this means that the island separated itself from the city of Eridu. And before anyone corrects me and say it's new Eridu, I'm talking about the old capital, the old city area in the Hollow Zero. The reason, I guess, is because of the betrayal of Lady Sunbringer and the fact they refused to form a connection with New Eridu And I have a feeling Topsy is just gonna make it worse. The third thing I want to discuss is the pink hair angel Renielda and most likely the Void Hunter shown in the old trailer. The reason I say this is because since we're bringing Sunbringer back, why can't we have Lieutenant Dan back? The thing I would like to mention is that Ramiel, the name used while in New Eridu, is the name of an angel in apocalyptic literature. Ramiel is an archangel overseeing divine visions, true prophecies, and the resurrection of souls in like the apocalyptic literature. But the angel I want to talk about instead, is Lucifer, the fallen angel. When we first met Ramiel, we saw she had black wings. The reason I point this out is because in multiple phases we saw her wings turn white. But it also could be a reference to a fallen angel. Ramiel was kicked out of Ruskelefa for breaking the rules, similar to Lucifer, and ended up in New Eridu stealing our metal marble. I'm still salty about it. The fourth thing I would like to discuss or to talk about is Lady Sunridge. How is she still alive? Because back when we were exploring the old mining facility with Springlock, we learned she got into a fight with the Creator. Although she wasn't confirmed dead, I felt comfortable making that conclusion. So what the heck? I think that she was only very injured before being rescued by her supporters, her team, and then made it to the Skeletor in some way. Or she could be a clone like Amy, but I doubt the clone theory. Now she is the ruler of Skeletor, almost like Zeus on Olympus, ready to strike us down if we get too close. But why? Why, you may ask? I think the reason is obvious. A kind hero hardened and turned cold to the world around her due to the betrayal of the people she protected. And the last but not least, the third thing I want to discuss, the future of the story. Based on what I talked about earlier, I think the siblings we don't play as will die after the investigation. Will die after an investigation of some top secret stuff. We unlock our summon. I personally hope it's a mech like Firefly from HSR, but who knows. Then we will be forced to pick up what remains and continue the search of the truth, revolving around Skeletor and Helios with a burning desire for revenge or justice. While I was making this video, I remember that Carol Anders has horns like a cow. Another Greek reference, but like to the Minotaur, but this is all I have to say currently. So if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and have a good day, good afternoon, and good night.